Ciao ragazzi, my name's Buzz and this is my match review of Juventus 2, Inter Milan 0 at the Allianz Stadium. Played Sunday. If you're watching this, it is probably Tuesday morning, right before the Champions League. So here we go. Sunday's match was against Juventus, a long-awaited match that was supposed to have been played a week ago, but was canceled due to the coronavirus as well, but it ended up getting played. So we lined up with our signature 3-5-2. I don't think anybody could really complain about it since that's Antonio Conte's preferred formation. It saw Godin going out, Bastoni coming in, Victor Moses, I think, or it saw Antonio Candreva coming in, and Vecino coming in, I guess, to offer more defensive support. And Lukaku, Lautaro up top, and Brozovic and Barella as well in the midfield. And Juventus lined up with their patented 4-3-3, which, don't know where to begin. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist because it's a bit funny that my point of view is it's a bit funny that magically it's a week later we play this match and then all of a sudden Juventus magically know how to tap into what Sarri wants them to do and take a one-touch pass after getting torn across the park by Lyon in the Champions League. But hey, that's just my thoughts. So the match ended 2-0, with us only having one shot on target. Yeah, you heard that right. One shot on target to their 5. And Padelli getting a red card, being on the bench. Most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. But, hey. Not even playing, but hey. Who knows? We'll probably call in another keeper from the youth academy or maybe our third string keeper, Barini. And maybe he can do probably a little bit better job if Handanovic gets injured again. But one positive I'll take away from this match was Handanovic is back, which I'm going to clap. That's very good news because from the way Juventus played, and if you hadn't watched the first 30 minutes of the match, we'd be lucky not to be 2-0 down from 2 corners. One from De Ligt, and I forgot who the other Juventus player was that headed it, that beat Bastoni twice in the air. But, yeah. Very good to see Handanovic back. Basically, one way I would sum this match up is one team looked like they literally wanted this, came willing to fight for it, put a lot of heart, passion. Well, I wouldn't say heart and passion because that's disrespectful. But one team wanted this more and they were hungrier for it and they were willing to fight more for it, as opposed to one team just looked like they were going through the motions, looked a bit frustrated and just started to not throw their toys out the pram, but just looked like they had no clue what was going on, and that's literally what the scoreline reflects. If you watch the match, you notice Juventus were playing a lot faster, which again, like I said in my little conspiracy theory, playing more how Sarri wants them to do, a touch and a pass, or maybe 2 touches and passing, getting the ball moving fast as possible, which basically was cutting us apart like it was nothing. The first half was pretty even. End to end, I mean, we got 1 shot on target. I think they had about 3 or 4 on target. I have stats up here. Our total possession throughout the match was 46 to Juventus 53. Our pass accuracy was 86 to their 91, which and our shot on target was our 1 to their 5, with them scoring 2 of them. But yeah, wow, their passing was pretty much not doing us damage, but their midfield, though. I literally was basically talking the most crap, saying literally we can have a go at their midfield. Little did I know and forget that they actually have Aaron Ramsey on there, and Matuidi on his day is actually really good. For us, and unfortunately for us, mid-game, or not mid-game, but earlier on in the game, and midway through, Barella ended up clashing with Bentancur, and he ended up carrying a knock. It looked like he was limping, like he was basically injured. I assumed he was injured, but it looked like he was just carrying a knock. I haven't heard any reports whatsoever so far from the medical staff or anything, or we don't know anything from the medical staff yet, or what the ramifications of that is, if it's just a knock or an injury. But hopefully it's just a simple knock and he can recover and maybe sit the Getafe match out. But yeah, and he was replaced by Christian Eriksen, who a lot of people have question marks and concerns with Antonio Conte on. You spend 20 million, basically having to go at Daniel Levy and Jose Mourinho throughout the January transfer market, and in one of the biggest matches of the season, basically second half of the season, as far as I'm concerned, that Lazio, Juventus and Lazio so far, he's basically just sat on the bench. But he plays two 90-minute matches against Liga 2, or I don't know how to pronounce their team name, Liga 2. Europa League matches. He's able to play a full 90-minute match in a Europa League match, which for me is a bit strange. I mean, I guess one of the criticism I would have with Antonio Conte is Vecino in midfield, because in my match prediction that I did, or I didn't get a chance to upload it because I ran out of time, but honestly would have experimented with something different, maybe a 3-4-1-2, basically have Eriksen as a cam, because essentially he is a central attacking midfielder. He's not just a central midfielder. He is an attacking midfielder who can create, which it would have been good to have a 3-4-1-2 with Barella and Brozovic behind him, because you got Barella who can also create but can also defend, and Brozovic should just sit and guard the back three, with Ashley Young and Kandreva running up the wings, and then Martinez and Lukaku linking up, or even a back four, which essentially is a bit of concern for most Inter fans, as Antonio Conte's 3-5-2. It's the only formation he's mainly stuck with, barring a few matches where he's tried to implement a 3-4-3, with Sanchez playing off of the left wing. But other than that, but with Sanchez out and now only coming back bits and here and there, he's mainly just stuck with the 3-5-2. Basically, the first half was pretty even-handed. The second half was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. Literally, Juventus fans in an empty stadium, in their home stadium, in an empty stadium, mainly due to the coronavirus, but still in an empty stadium, just looked like they were hungry and fighting. Looked like they literally, to them, honestly, probably in their mind or head, it was probably like, yeah, no, we still have fans with us. This is nothing to us. You're in our stadium, we're coming to fight, and we're coming here to win and take these 3 points, because they won every second ball, every tackle, everything. Literally, Inter looked passive, and Antonio Conte got schooled. Some of the substitution choices were a bit odd. Kandreva for Gagliardini. I mean, that's pretty odd. Lukaku for Sanchez, which if you're going to make that change, why wait to the 77th minute to make it? When you're 2 down, it probably should have been made at halftime. Maybe after 10 minutes if it's still not working. And Eriksen on for Barella, which I literally said in my halftime thoughts that literally, honestly, maybe go ahead and just shift Barella, or hell, shift Brozovic, something, get Kandreva off, because Kandreva and Brozovic is passing and shooting, but mainly Kandreva was just infuriating me for the most part. Some of Antonio Conte's quotes after the match. After the first goal, I think the game was very even. We started better in the second half. We were in control of the situation. Then Ramsey's goal changed the game on a psychological level. They grew up. We suffered this goal without being able to recover. This is the analysis. Or actually, a former Juventus coach spoke about what will happen today apart from the recovery of 6 points. With 2 defeats against them, these are the facts. We did well to stay in their wake. It's inevitable to make comparisons. Which, to be fair, too, hey, credit to whoever at Juventus' genius idea was it to get rid of Paulo Dybala, and wonder if that guy has been fired or whoever in their upper management, whether it be Nedved or Anayeli, whoever came close to getting him rid. Boy, I bet he's looking like an idiot because that goal from Dybala was class. Not gonna lie, hey, if Icardi wants to go to Juventus, go ahead and do a straight swap deal for him because that is one player, Paulo Dybala, I will absolutely take at Inter Milan in our midfield. Because that can basically be our Sensi, or what Sensi was. Because basically, the 3-5-2 under Antonio Conte with Sensi in it in the first half of the season looked magic. Literal magic. And with Eriksen coming in just a touch more, and just literally, I don't know, some Harry Potter magic stuff. But boy, since he hasn't been in top form, a lot of the players look like they've been tired. Brozovic mainly, Barella carrying a knock, and just even the strange selection against Liga dos in the Europa League didn't make sense with some players not being rested. Boy, but one thing I'm worrying is where do we go from here? Because we play Getafe in the Europa League this Sunday, or not this Sunday, Thursday, excuse me. And it looks like they're basically going to be a hard team to face because they are no pushovers. They are no easy team from some random league. They literally put Ajax in a coffin and made them go out. Like, they're no pushovers. So I wonder how Antonio Conte's, what's going to happen here. The Coppa Italia match has also been postponed. We were supposed to play Napoli before, and Juventus is supposed to play Milan before we played the Derby d'Italia. But now I wonder where do we go from here. Is Antonio Conte going to prioritize Europa League and maybe also push for a Coppa Italia if that's rescheduled? We'll see what happens here, or we'll see what happens with the Italian league and how the federation and how the situation does there. But we're just gonna focus on the Europa League, and well, hopefully we focus on the Europa League and don't go out Thursday or don't have a bad scoreline Thursday against Getafe. Because boy, it's looking worse. This season it won't look worse, but it will just put more of a kick in the nuts, is my analogy, or as I like to say. Yeah, but from here, I'd more or less guess we keep pushing for third, or my predictions for the league for us to finish would finish third, since that's the best we can do. Lazio look like they're in flying form and well on to basically try and fight for the Scudetto. I'm hoping Lazio can basically steamroll Juventus and win a league title. As far as I'm concerned, they're the only team that's basically going to fight with them till the end. And credit to them. Credit to Simeone Inzaghi. That's how you pronounce it properly. Credit to Lazio for being able to basically do what we've done and not drop points and also get one over on Juventus. But where do we go from here? Looks like Barella might be out. Not sure. My prediction for the Getafe match, how I'd line up, honestly, if he's going to go with a 3-5-2, go ahead and start Eriksen. No point in keeping him on the bench. This is a match you need to prioritize as far as I'm concerned. We're not going to be playing in the Italian League for basically, it's March 10th. And I think they said till April 15th. Either April 3rd or April 15th, or in between that date. But as far as I'm concerned, just go ahead and prioritize the Europa League. Put all your eggs in this basket. Maybe also try and scrape the Coppa Italia, depending on how the league is. Depending on what happens with the league and the cup matches and how everything gets sorted there. But yeah, prioritize Europa League because this is the only way we can come out of something with our heads held high. I mean, so far this season hasn't been a disaster or anything of the sort. I tweeted out in January, if we told Inter fans a year ago that Icardi was going to PSG, we'd be bringing in Lukaku and Antonio Conte as our manager, and we'd be fighting with Juventus in a title race, you would have been laughed at and more than likely probably called crazy. But we need to finish strong so far. We need to finish strong. But as far as I'm concerned, this Thursday, all priorities need to be on the Europa League. We've already lost this match to Juventus. Take whatever positive you can. Handanovic is back. Any other? I guess play with more heart and conviction. Play with more hunger and desire, and play like you're ready to fight. Take this into Getafe, because Getafe are no pushover whatsoever. Getafe, if we play like we did against Juventus, Getafe will kill us and bury us. And that is not a joke. They literally will make sure we pay. You can't get caught sleeping against this, and especially in a match like this. So, yeah, that's my match reaction. See you guys after the Getafe match on Thursday, and hope you guys have a good Tuesday and Wednesday in the Champions League. Viewing the Champions League at home. I'm Buzz, and this has been my match reaction, or match review of Juventus versus Inter Milan. Take care. Ciao, ciao, ragazzi. Forza Inter.